I wanted, or needed, to stay at the Pink, room 26 to be specific. The hotel isn't actually called the Pink. I don't know what it's really called. I never cared to. I knew where it was and how to get there. The Pink is one of those neon Art Deco hotels that grace the already beautiful Florida State Road A1A. The highway itself spans through 4 Florida counties. It might go through to the Keys, but I don't care to look it up. It hugs the Atlantic Ocean. It's called Collins Ave, through the stretch on South Beach, Miami, also referred to as Beachfront Avenue by the early 90s rapper Vanilla Ice Cream. While he didn't name it that, it really is what it's called by the locals. If you've been to South Beach, then you know that it is quite an experience. Neon, palm trees, beaches, beautiful people. It has a lot. Vibrant nightlife, colorful drinks, the list could go on for days. What you might not know is that there are some underappreciated haunts there. The city of Miami was once called the most dangerous place on earth, and this due mostly to the notorious cocaine cowboy era of the 80s. Any place with that much violence and death has to have some residual effect. The Miami Cemetery has multiple Casper sightings. There are many hotels with tales of spooky specters and dark shadows. Not many are specifically in South Beach though. I guess that is what intrigued me about this place. I am not a paranormal investigator. I have enjoyed the occasional scary movie. I like hearing about urban legends and reading scary stories to tell in the dark. I never really got into it though, and didn't believe in ghosts at all. I was fine with the entertainment aspect. I only preface this to say that I'm not like a writer trying to document the occult or the spirits beyond. I don't know why I wanted to see this place. I've never stayed in a haunted hotel or hunted for shadow people. I've never ever seen one black-eyed child. The Pink is also known for an unfortunate handful of men and women that had met a gruesome demise. One man was found with his throat cut open, and his delicate parts not in the best shape. Another woman was found in the bathroom. A greeting in blood was written on the vanity for the police to find. A family of 4, a husband and wife and their twins, were all found cold by housekeeping the morning that they were supposed to check out. Yeah, they checked out all right. These were all unsolved cases, and foul play was suspected in each of them. No arrests or convictions were ever made by my investigation. The hotel has a long history dating back to the 1950s, but none of these cases ever made it to any kind of national acclaim. Either the Miami Board of Tourism found a way to kick it from the news, or some other force was keeping it all quiet. No one really knows. As for me, I wouldn't say that I have a death wish or anything like that. I also don't have much to live for. I should be completely honest though. I'm a writer, just not dealing in the paranormal world. I've done some freelance work for magazines and newspapers when they were a thing. And I've had a short but successful career writing for some online sites, mostly in the gossip and entertainment world. Nothing of substance, nothing of importance. I guess you could call me one of those rag writers that threw out puff pieces and turned the rumor mill to make $1. Oh, I'm fine with that. Those days, however, have come to an end. Classic, penniless, depressed writer. Maybe this could be a good way to go out. One last dance. Why does this place draw me in? Imagine the iconic cover, The Exorcist, with the streetlight shining down on the priest. Well, that's me outside of the Pink. But instead of ominous darkness, I'm surrounded by the neon lights of Miami and the nightlight that won't stop. I'm staring at 10 stories of history. Rollerbladers are blowing by me. A guy with dirty dreads and striped socks is playing a mandolin just a few feet away from me, with his instrument case open, begging for gratuity. House music is vibrating from every direction. Much different feeling than The Exorcist. I kicked the door open to the pink with force, slamming a crispy $100 bill on the counter. "Your most infamous room, miss," I yelled at the clerk. The pretty lady behind the counter takes a step back, placing both hands on her chest, opening her mouth ever so slightly. Her eyes feign fear, but behind that is a burning lust. "Oh, of course, sir. How many nights, Mr.?" "You can call me Mr. Goodtime, ma'am," I say as I slick my hair back with one hand, while maintaining laser-sharp focus on the pink clerk. She starts to visibly shake, backing up to where the keys are kept. Her hands have moved from her surprised mouth to the top button of her pink blouse, surrounded by her black vest. Miami indeed. "I just have the room, stranger. The key is right down here." She turns around, feigning to look for a room key at the very bottom of the shelf. She does a stiff-legged deadlift towards the ground, supposedly looking for my room key. The room key she's going to give to Mr. Goodtime. As she's presenting her skin-tight black skirt to me, she shyly looks back at me, making fiery eye contact. And then I notice her bubble bath-colored pink nail color on her toes, exposed by wearing black high heels. She noticed that I noticed. "Yeah, sir." She hands me a piece of paper. What is this?" "This isn't a room key," I say, genuinely confused. "It's my room number next door. No fee," she says with a wink. Her short, brown hair complements her world-killing hazel eyes. I think I'm gonna like my stay here. 5 stars, I think. But that didn't happen. I forcefully close my eyes and give my head a little shake from left to right. Got to get back to the real present world. I'm still here standing outside of the bank. I have a beat-up Under Armour backpack that I don't remember purchasing with maybe 2 days worth of clothes. I'm wearing black sweatpants, a gray sweatshirt, and a Central Michigan University cap. Fire up chips. I'm a long way from college. After a group of 20 or so bikers make their way through the light, I cautiously tread across the pedestrian crosswalk. They weren't motorcycles either. They were riding the bicycle variety, but with crazy lights and old-school boomboxes somehow fabricated to the frames. I pushed the door open, fully expecting to have a little bell chime above me, or at least see a bell sitting on the counter. Neither were present. What I did see was a kid that looked like she wasn't old enough to legally drive. Her face was blue, lit up by the glow of her iPhone. Black Mirror had become a sickening reality. I stood there for an uncomfortable amount of time, curious to see if she had even acknowledged me. After 2 minutes, I couldn't take it. "Hello?" I kind of yelled, but in a way that seemed like I was seeing if she was still breathing. Nothing moved except for this girl's disinterested eyes, brown and dead. "Yeah?" she said. Okay, so this is how it's going to go, I thought. No matter. I'm not here to vent on the lacking social skills of today's youth. I have a reservation for tonight. I'm checking out tomorrow. She asked the pertinent information, and I confirmed the pertinent information. She clearly knew her job here, that much I would give her. She turned around to retrieve the instrument to access my temporary living space. When she threw the little envelope on the desk in front of me, she must have read the confusion on my face. "This is my key?" I said. "Oh, yeah, sorry. The Wi-Fi password is written on the back." "No, that's not what It's a key card?" I expected one of those old-style Motel keys, the big triangle shape with the number in the middle, attached to an actual key. I guess I built this up in my mind. I, of course, didn't say any of this out loud. I instead just thanked her and slowly retrieved the key card from the table. I thought about asking her about the history of the hotel and making sure that I would be in. Wait, I didn't even ask what room I would be in, and she didn't even tell me what room I was going to. As I got to the golden elevator, I dropped my backpack and quickly turned around. "Excuse me, miss. I wanted a particular room and I forgot to confirm that I was in 26, she said. I know. We all know. My head physically retracted, and my brow furrowed. Before I could speak further, the elevator opened and she went back to scrolling. I grabbed my pack up and stepped into the threshold of the mechanical transport to my room. I just stood there like an idiot, frozen, not sure what my next move was. Annoyed, the front desk employee brushed a piece of hair away from her eyes, giving me the peace sign. In this instant, it literally meant the number. Press floor 2, and I did. When the short elevator ride was over, I was presented with a golden sign in front of me. Rooms 210 to 220. To the left, rooms 220 to 230. I walked down the surprisingly soft carpet to my room. I felt no emotion, no dread, and no happiness. When I stood outside of the Pink 26, I stood still. I'm a well-seasoned traveler, and I need some traveling aids. Back in the streets of South Beach, I can't believe that I wasn't prepared enough to grab the essentials. The Miami night seemed to turn. The party had slowed and the feeling had darkened. People were looking at me with fear or disgust in their eyes. It was hard to discern. One man whispered, "Don't." "What?" I said, sharply turning around. No one within 10 feet of me. I didn't pay it too much mind. I was focused on the Pink. About $36 later, and I was standing outside of room 26 again. I admittedly threw down a couple airplane bottles of Jim Beam on my way back to my room. I think I tried to open it with one of my rental car keys. The 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander key did not open my room. It should have, considering how much I paid to rent this thing. Giggling, crap, I might be buzzed already. I retrieved the keycard that Miss Sunshine gave to me from my back pocket. Swipe, beep, green. I entered a Pink 26. It's a hotel room. 2 queen beds, a desk with multiple outlets, an office chair, a big windows with the blinds closed, an onyx statue of Aphrodite by the TV, a bathroom with a normal shower, water pressure amazing, as with any hotel. I threw my white plastic thank you bag of snacks on the bed. Sour Patch Kids, Reese's, and Cool Ranch Doritos made their mark, the fruits of my conquest. I lazily tossed the 2 pints of black velvet whiskey in the mini fridge and scrunched the brown bag down just enough that housed the 40 ounce of Milwaukee's Best to reveal the cap. The cap that I would twist off and take a long tug. We are here now. We are here now in the spirit world, I thought. I giggled and again took in where I was in my life. The Pink, room 26. I looked for the remote. It was a long rectangle that sat by the television itself. The TV was ancient. A Zenith? Do these even exist anymore? I'm going to hang up some of my clothes, watch my face, and grab some ice for my whiskey. The Zenith just seemed to push me over the edge, but in a nostalgic way. I grabbed the ugly beige ice bucket that every single hotel in the US seems to carry. Pressing it against the ice maker down the hall from my room, I filled my bucket up with nothing. No whirring, no sound of ice being deployed. I gave the machine a couple good hits, like that would fix it. Don't. What the F? Who was that? I asked no one. The hallway lights go off and I can still see by the provided exit sign light. A series of heavy footsteps appear to approach me. Now I'm worried for the first time. I came here expecting to make this my last day or 2 of my life. I didn't plan for this though. I don't know who you are, but please, just leave me alone. I'm not trying to mess with anyone here. Lights up. No ice, but lights up. The hotel looked normal again. I left the beige bucket in the ice machine. Room 26 was locked and secured. The little chain lock made sure that no one would disturb me. No ice, that's okay. I've had plenty of warm drinks in my life. Hot whiskey is better than no whiskey. I sat on the edge of the bed that has seen who knows what. I grabbed one of the cups wrapped in plastic. It was dirty, even with the protective barrier around it. I didn't care much at this point though. The wrapping was off and the brown liquid was in it, and it was warming my stomach in an instant, followed up by a generous imbibing of the 40-ounce ice beer. The last Zenith television on Earth came to life. It was a local channel. Welcome to South Beach. There is so much to enjoy here. Too much for just one day. Why don't you stick around for a while and we'll see what we have to offer. I'm Pat Patterson. The tanned, good-looking man spoke to me through the TV. From the glorious beaches to the neon glow of the nightlife reflecting off the ocean, there's a reason that no one would want to leave. You are so lucky to be here. He reminds me of a tanner Colonel Sanders. Enjoy your drink and some fun in the sun. Tighten. Grab that chair that's near the window. Who knows what fun South Beach has to offer? A coldness overcomes me like a blanket of ice. I unknowingly finish the drink in front of me, tossing the bottle for another. I love the pink. I love the warm sand underneath my feet, and I love the peace. I love the world that takes my life. I don't know if I've always been gone, or if I was really alive when I got here. All I do know is that you should visit. Visit the Pink and book room 26. I'll make sure that you're welcomed.